Hello again, everyone, and welcome back again for another video. What I got for you today is another case. Today we're going to look at the Gamdias ATHENA M2 LITE. I know that there's a couple of videos on YouTube covering the ATHENA M2 regular one. I haven't seen any on the LITE yet. I got this in just the other day. I figured we'll do the usual. We'll unbox it. I'll tear it apart. Give you a kind of a rundown on what I'm seeing, and then we'll do a quick build in it and see how it turns out, and we'll probably throw this one up on eBay. But let me go ahead, cut this scene, get this unboxed, and let's take a look at this. Okay, got her torn apart now and set up here on the workshop table. Looking at it from the inside first, we'll start out there. Looks like we can get maybe 3 120s on the front of this. I'm going to try 3. I'll let you know as we progress along in the video. 2 fans up front, 120s, 120 in the back, and it looks like down here that we can also install a couple fans. I looked in the screw kit that it gives you. This is what it gives you, is just your standard itty bitty little screws and a couple little standoffs and a couple tie straps. There isn't no longer screws. This will be longer screws that you would need if you're going to get some at the bottom. We'll try that as we go along here. Looking at it, let me back up here a little bit. Focus that. You can see we got an opening here for our power supply, which is far out. I like that. Not too much of a gap right here, so there's no way I'm going to get my usual RGB strip hack in there. Kind of a small case. Inside here you can see that there's a mount for an SSD for right there. You can see mainly tie down strap points there. Nice little gap there to get your cabling through. Let's look in the back here. This uses like a little slide thing here to expose this to get your graphics card and other peripherals in. This is the bend out type that you got to break out and what have you. And they don't give you, not that I've seen, any extras. So I mean, that kind of sucks. I mean, for what this price of this case is. But anyways, moving right along here, let's flip it around the front here so you can see this. As I said, looks like you could probably get 3 120s in here. There's a pretty good gap there in those 3 regions. I'll bet you can. Using Gamdias fans, these are RGB. The other fan that comes with it right there, as you can see, is just a plain black fan. Let's look up on top here. Looks like we got our typical power reset LED and 2 USB 2.0, 1 USB 3.0, and then the audio. I looked at the button for this. This is kind of weird. Let's go to that next. Let me show you that. It comes with this controller box right here. Let me see if I can expose this a little bit. Kind of a janky thing. These are all proprietary on the connectors here. It's like a 6-pin connector. I don't know if we can get that in the camera here. Let me see if I can get my light there so you can see that. I don't know how well that's going to show up, but the connectors on this are 6-pin, but it's proprietary. Let me do this. Let me grab, because I got a couple of these in the mail. One of these Gamdias fans here. Oops. So you can have a look at this connector. Here we go. All right. Right here. See how that's kind of a 6-pin going on? Oh, no, actually, I guess that's an 8-pin, huh? Now that I'm looking at it, it's an 8-pin connector. Is that 8-pin on here? Yeah, it sure is. It's 8-pin. Huh. Okay, so hopefully this is PWM. I wouldn't think it would be, though, just looking at it. But let's keep looking at this little control box they give you here. It's got this wire coming out, which leads up to the power supply. I think This actually might be a fan controller since it goes from the button up there down to here. Because it says right there fan speed, so I'm thinking that's not a reset button on top. That's a fan speed button. So I mean, well, that's a little tacky, but all right. Otherwise, there was another connector, and I actually unplugged it. Here it is right here. It said like LED on it, and it actually gets plugged in right there. That's to change the colors on this. So we might utilize that. I might change this out too for a different box. I'm not sure. It looks like we can get a total of 6 fans in here, and then there's like a couple on the end here for LED strips, and I actually took that apart. The LED, they got it like right on that front bezel here. Another proprietary thing. So this is kind of a proprietary setup from Gamdias. It's not really interchangeable with other stuff unless you just gut out all this shit. And if you wanted to work on those lights that are on the side of this, which you'll see here in a bit, you'd have to do some hacking on it. It does come with this also attached to it. What this is for is to interface with your motherboard. You can see you got the 3-pin going on right there, and you also have the Gigabyte, which also works with the Corsair Lighting Node Pro, this connector. So we can interface at least with the motherboard, but I mean, if you wanted to add more fans to this, you're going to have to use the proprietary Gamdias, and I'm using today the I can't even pronounce this, Aeolus M2s, which is pretty much the equivalent to what's in here. I noticed these ones, that I had ordered these ones, you can actually kind of see through them a little bit, but if you look at these ones here, a little thicker, the fan blades are bigger, not as many fan blades on there. So I might end up, what I'll do is I'll end up pulling these two out, probably put these on top so it doesn't look tacky, replace it in the front there with 3 of these so that it matches, and then do one on the back, or maybe I might just put these ones on the bottom, who knows. But looking at the bottom, the back of this some more, let me get my ruler out. I want to do some measuring for you here, give you an idea of the depth here on this. Well, I dropped my phone. Hold on here. 1 second, people. I dropped my phone here. I need to put it up there on the ledge thing. It'll probably fall again, but okay. Anyways, let me flip this up here so you can see this. We have got what appears to be, I guess we got to go straight there, about 15 millimeters of clearance, maybe a little bit more if you go back in there. That'll bring you up to about 17, 18 millimeters of clearance. Going from right here to the back, yeah, about 15 millimeters of clearance in here. So we hopefully should be able to get some extensions in here. I guess we'll find out. Also looking on the back here, you can see that we've got 2 tray things there for SSDs that you can mount additional SSDs into. Kind of an interesting, right here on the lip on this side and this side, you can see it over here. Let me get my camera up a little bit so you can focus on this. Kind of a couple little gashes right there, and there's a couple more right here. I'm wondering if those are tie down points. I'm guessing they would be. I mean, that's what I'm going to use them for. But anyways, looking down here, let that focus a bit. You can see a hard drive rack. Holds an SSD, couple SSDs if you want, or a couple 3.5 inch. It is removable, it appears. Yep. And we can slide that forward for more space. Excuse me, hiccups. Up here we got a pretty good gap for getting our wires in up on top. That's nice, I like that. And let's see what else is notable. Let's count the tie down points. We're going to count these as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. Nothing along the bottom here. Here's 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There. Is there any up front? No. So it looks like it's got about a dozen tie down points on it, and even a little gap there for getting cables through. Alright, let's see. Check out the back here real fast. As you can see, you can get 120 millimeter there. Again, like I mentioned, these are breakaway slides out there, and it looks like for the power supply, you can flip it either way. You can go top or bottom mount on this with the fan on your power supply, so that's okay. I like that. Kind of a little case. Pretty nice if you're kind of limited on space. It's not like too short, because it does look like, you know, a regular mid tower. But yeah, nice amount of space in there. Hopefully this won't suck to build in. I guess we'll find out. I don't know. I think the main thing on this one is probably going to be the RGB. So let me go ahead and cut this scene. I'm going to whip out a motherboard here, and we'll do a setup on that, and then we'll put the board in here, and we'll progress a little more. Alright, so I've progressed a little bit here. I've got the motherboard in, as you can see. I hooked up some of the fans, actually all the fans, and I hooked them up into the onboard controller that comes with the case. Now, one thing I noticed is, damn, was that loud. The fans are just ridiculously loud. Now, I was looking in the manual for this case, and it talked about that top button, like I was saying before, being a fan controller. Well, it does absolutely nothing. You can press on it, and all it does is it kind of freezes the RGB. I'm thinking what it's doing is it's probably looking for a PWM signal from somewhere, but if you look on this, let me turn on my light here and get in a little bit closer here. There we go. There's no PWM. You got your LED switch right here, which controls the lights. You got this button right here, which is where the power goes, or excuse me, this lead right here where the power goes. This right here, which goes to that button right here that goes to that button that is allegedly supposed to control the fan. This goes to this connector right here, which allows you to synchronize to your motherboard. This is an LED connector, and this is an LED connector. So, yeah, I mean, and then everything else is for the fans. You can, of course, put 6 fans. So there's nowhere there that you would actually interface with the fan controller. So I don't know what the hell they're even talking about there. Like I said, it's pretty useless, does nothing, and it's loud as hell. So what I did was I switched to the one that comes with the Gamdias fans there. What are those called? The get the box here. These Aeolus fans right here. I used the controller that came with that, which definitely quieted it down a lot better. And you have a remote that goes with that one here. That lets you control the fan speed right there on the side. As you can see, higher, lower. And so this works a little bit better. But the only thing that sucks about this controller is there's no place in there to plug in the LED button. So it's like you don't get the best of both worlds like you do on some of these controllers, where you get like both the remote and the LED button you can press. It's going to be one or the other, depending what you use. If you use this junk one that comes with the case, you don't get that fan control, but you do get the LED push button. This one, you do get the fan control, but no LED push button. So, if given a choice, I'll just take the remote control one. Like I said, I'd rather have these fans be quiet on me. Anyways, moving right along here, looking at the back of this. Wasn't too bad. I was able to close the back up relatively easy. One thing I noticed, there's some other little slots right in here, here, and here. And up on top there, here, here, and here, that you can run. Do I have one handy somewhere? No? Where'd they put them? Here's one. No, that's not it. But anyways, yeah, you could run, here we go. You could run them up through this here to tie down your stuff. So that's kind of convenient. See right there, there, there. I mean, that's what I've been using them for. So I still got to tie this down a little bit more, but otherwise, the cable extensions went in just fine. I had no problems here with them. Power supply one for the 24 pin, no problem there. Pretty nice. Now, one thing about this box is they only give you one of these cables. See right here, it says lead in, lead out. Well, they give you like this little extension thing here so that you can like daisy chain these things together. I guess I would rather that they give you not only one of these, but two of these. Because as you can see on the lead out here, I can now interface with the Gamdias 3-pin fan that I have in here right here by using the lead out. Now, if I wanted to use the lead in, I think what I'll do is I'll just steal it off of here. Same thing. And plug it in here like this. That's what I would advise you doing if you do want to still interface with your motherboard as well as the controller. Just steal the one off of there and then take this sumbitch, disconnect all these, and maybe unscrew this, take this lead button, plug that back into your reset, use that as a reset button, unscrew this from there, and throw that sumbitch in the garbage. That thing is just shit. But anyways, let me go ahead then and finish up on the back here, and then we'll take the look at the specs on this computer that I just slapped in here. And then we'll show you the final, and that'll be it. And this one's going up on eBay. Let me cut it here and be back in just a second. So it looks like I'm not going to show you the specs on this. I'm going to have to swap the board out on this. I'm having some trouble with it. I don't know if you can see that white light in there up on top of the GPU right there. Showing CPU. Not sure why it's doing that. I did have a Ryzen 2200G in here, which I used to flash the BIOS to an updated version. And then I put the 5600G in here. And it worked fine. And then I went to do a reboot a little bit ago. And now it's doing that. So some kind of problems here with the board. I wouldn't think the board is bad. Might just be the CPU's just not cooperating with it. I'm not sure. I'm going to play around with that, pull the board out. I'm going to put something else in here before I sell it. But anyways, let's get back to this case. As you can see, here's the completed build. Hold on, let me go ahead and flip the lights off here so it's a little bit darker. You can see that. Doesn't look too bad there. Again, as I had said, you can get 3 fans in the front here, and I was able to get them in the front, except one thing to take a note of. If you want to do 3 fans in the front, you're going to have to put them in the back of the cage there. On the inside of the case, because it actually does not clear the top and bottom parts of the bezel. It'll bang into it, but it does take 3 if you want 3. Looks kind of tacky that way though when it's behind that on the inside, because then you got that kind of bar sticking out. But I mean, that's up to you. But let me take it over there, let you have a look at that. Let you have a look at the top. Now the RGB in here was having a little bit of problems with. Where did I put it? Here we go. This is that controller that comes with it. I took this out, pitched it. This thing is absolute shit. This is a lot quieter now running the Gamdias one with the remote. The only thing though is this remote's a little weird. Let me show you here. We'll go to like mode and we'll change this up. Sometimes it doesn't respond. Okay, there we go. Now it's working. But I don't know. This remote's been a little weird on me. It's hard to explain why. Let me turn this a little bit so you can see this, but it does look pretty good with these effects on here, with this side thing here. I mean, there's one on both sides. That's actually pretty neat, and you can in fact get two fans down there. I only put one down there. Basically because I was having problems with the board, and I know I'm gonna have to pull all this out anyways, so I've only have the one fan there for now. But after I finish this up and put a new board in here and go to sell it, this actually will be sold with two fans on the bottom. So we'll have what, 2, 4, 6, 7 fans total plus the AIO. Now the AIO, not the AIO, but the air cooler that I'm using in here is also a Gamdias. It looks cool and all, but I honestly was not impressed with this. It didn't really cool as well as I expected that it should cool. I even tore it apart, reapplied thermal grease, tried it again, and it still was kind of crappy. So that's actually honestly 3 different Gamdias products here: the case, the fans, and the cooler that I'm using in this build here. And I do like, hold on here, we need to focus. I do like the case, but yeah, that is just not focusing, is it? Jesus. Anyways, I do like the case, but I do not like the RGB in here. I don't like the setup. It's really, really crappy. Why is this blurry? Do I have something on there? No. Yeah, looks like I need a new camera or something. It's been doing that lately. There we go. There, it's focusing. Anyways, I'm not really too impressed with the RGB setup on the internal one or even the aftermarket one. They look nice, but I don't like the controller. Controller is a little glitchy. But I don't know what to say. I guess for the case, I'm going to rate this case maybe, I'm going to give this like a 4 out of 5 star on the case. I like the case itself. It was pretty easy to build in. Just don't like the RGB components. The fan, cooler for the CPU, I'm going to give that a 3 star. It looks cool again, but doesn't perform well. And then the fan kit that I use, we'll go 3 star on that one too. So this isn't a super stellar product. I'd say all in all, if you are going to go with the Gamdias Athena case, or the Athena M2 Lite, I guess that's what this is, my recommendation would be not to use Gamdias fans. I hate to say it. If you're going to use that motherboard interface that's on the inside there, this thing, what I would recommend you do is do your own RGB setup and use this only for this front to interface with the front, and ditch that other shit. Which is probably what I'm probably going to do with this. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. I guess we'll see. I don't know. Let me see if let me check my second here. Nope, not showing up there. But all right, that's going to be it for this one, guys. We'll see you in the next one. I think next one we're going to do a tutorial on Windows 11, actually. That's kind of what I had in mind. I don't know if I want to take care of this first, or maybe I might just put this one back in the box and do something with it later, because I got to get some more stuff in to change this out. So that's the way that goes. All right, so I'll see you guys later in the next one. Don't know when that's going to be. It'll be, whenever I get my ass around to it. So I'll talk to you later, guys, and bye-bye.